So we got a couple of bits in news. One specific to comics here. So we got a new Black Label book incoming. So
let me get. Okay, I have not seen this yet. Is it somehow Batman?
Well, I mean, it's called Batman Gargoyle of Gotham. Do you get Batman from that?
I'm getting Batman from that. Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of high percentage of Black Label books have been Batman.
Could be Plastic Man.
I mean, hey, maybe this is like that the animated movie. I can't remember, it was called Batman or Arkham something or other, but it was actually just a Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, they were just selling it as a Batman thing. So yeah, 4-issue miniseries launches on Batman Day, which is Saturday, September the 16th. So it will be published bi-monthly, which is not surprising. But launching on a Saturday though, how's that going to work?
The same as it does on Free Comic Book Day?
But it's weird for a full, price book.
Yeah, but they'll be just telling the stores, they'll ship it with the rest of the orders earlier in the week and just put a sale date of Saturday and be like, you can't sell it till Batman Day.
Okay, I guess so. Luckily, I don't read my books usually till Saturday, the day we record anyway, so I'll just read it with the rest of the books. But I can see Matt complaining that he has to squeeze in a Batman book on the day of recording.
Yeah, see, because for Matt, it's kind of like morning when we do this.
Yeah, and he sprinkles these books out over a number of days. So yeah, anyway. So the new book will focus on a version of Batman who willingly lets go of his life as Bruce Wayne in favor of full-time crime fighting. This comes at a terrifying cost, however, that we imagine has something to do... This is Newsarama's words. It has something to do with that old quote about gazing into the abyss. Interesting. Where's the creative team on this? But why have they not put that up front? That's looking awkward.
That's kind of important in a Black Label book.
Yeah.
See if I can find anything.
Oh my god! Just
Raphael Grampa.
Oh, there you go. Why the heck? Honestly, like before you even start talking, title of the book and the creators, right? Just give me that.
It's shitty enough when it's like a mainstream website that does that, but when it's a comics focused, like target audience, it's particularly shitty.
Yeah. Do you know what? It says Grandpa says that, and then so it's as if it's already mentioned him, and I'm scanning the article previous to that to see where it actually mentions who the writer is, because it's not in the opening.
Yeah, I assume he's writing and drawing it.
Okay, here we go. So yeah, he's writing and drawing. Yes. Yeah, Raphael Grandpa. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I know him from is he did the Dark Knight Returns Superman thing, whatever that was called. He drew that, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, there's a more in-depth description here. In a Gotham City where every day feels darker and more irredeemable than the last, Batman makes a definitive choice to kill off the Bruce Wayne identity for good and embrace the cape and cowl full time. But though he knows the streets of Gotham, Batman will soon come to find that he hardly knows himself. A serial killer is on the loose, and while the murder victims seem random at first, every clue draws Batman closer to the terrifying truth that they are all connected, not just to each other, but to him as well. When an all-new rogues gallery of utterly depraved villains begins to emerge from the depths of the city, Batman will have to contend with the very nature of evil, including that which lurks in the darkest corners of his own heart, to face what is coming for the city he has sworn to protect. So it's a little bit, like, they almost go into that, like, not just for the city, but also for Batman thing a couple times, his own heart. There's a lot of dramatic fluff in that description.
He's an interesting, fairly unique artist for DC in terms of their style. I can't think of anything else that they publish that's remotely like his stuff.
Yeah, I mean the cover looks nice. It's this sort of Batman pose, like he has a gargoyle on like a roof corner.
Yeah, should give him a nice, give it a nice style. Like, and that's the best thing about a lot of these Black Label books is they can very much get away from house style and look pretty different.
Yeah, they've announced like 5 or 6 variants here as well. Unsurprising. So, there's a Jim Lee variant, black and white variant of that. There's a Paul Pope. There's a Frank Miller cover. I'm sure we'll all be rushing to get that. But there you go. So that's the actual comic book news. But there's more Batman news, just not comic book related specifically, that seemed worth mentioning. Because would you believe it, Connor? Just the last couple of days, a DC movie came out that neither of us have felt the desire to go see. You know, I've seen a few clips on Twitter, and it does not look good. Even just from the potato cam quality video of these clips, the CG looks...
Did you see his defense of the CG?
I did. The director came out and said it was intended. That he meant to do that.
From point of view, so it's meant to look a little wonky.
But why does he also look like shit? Why does he look like shit too? That doesn't make any sense. Bunch of nonsense, I have to say. And I was already down in this movie. I don't like the premise of it. I don't like that they're doing this as the first Flash movie. We've talked about this before. We won't get into it. It's all just a bit of a Batman 89 nostalgia wank, with all the nostalgia pops that you expect. You know, we've ranted about Let's Get Nuts that was in one of the trailers. But the news that's spinning out of all this is that, for some reason, James Gunn decided that Andy Muschietti, who directed The Flash, is now going to direct Batman Brave and the Bold, which is the Bat Family movie that's going to be part of the new universe.
In his defense, from what I gather, he clearly wanted to make a Batman movie and got forced into making it a Flash movie.
Yeah, but I don't like any of his films, though.
No, I don't either, but...
So, I'm not even necessarily judging my disappointment on this news based on The Flash itself, because ultimately, that movie's been through so much turmoil that, like, even if you gave it a director that I really liked, I'm not convinced they could have turned it into, like, a good movie or something that didn't look laughable from what I've seen. But I don't like Mama. I think the first It's okay, but the horror parts are the weakest parts of it, which is kind of distressing for a horror movie. And then It Chapter 2 was trash. Like, it was just bad. So I am not excited by this choice in any way. Like, there's nothing about his name being attached to a movie. And I was joking yesterday that it was basically, how can we give Peter like red flags for every single Batman project that might have been promising beforehand? It was that news, and I don't have it in front of me, but there was like an article going around about the new Cape Crusader animated show where Bruce Timm said something to the effect that he's going to get to do everything that he couldn't do on Batman the animated series because it's not on a kids channel. And
yeah, that's got me less excited for that show.
Because, I mean, let's be honest, he's got a bit of a weird fetish when it comes to Barbara Gordon and Batman for some reason, and we all saw his Killing Joke, and that new stuff he added was horrible.
And what's particularly frustrating is there are some really effective sequences in the original show that are more effective because of the limitations they had being a kid show. Like one of the famous examples is the Robin's parents' death sequence. They originally just wanted to animate it, you know, them falling off the wire, you know, the trapeze being cut and then falling. And they were told, absolutely not, it's a kid's show, you can't show that. So it's all done in, you know, the silhouette. They swing off screen, you hear the snip, and then it swings back with the cut rope. Incredibly effective, and all because they were told, no, you can't do that. I don't know if I want to see what he does completely unchained again.
Yeah. The more time has passed since Batman the Animated Series, the more it's kind of felt like Bruce Timm, like all the restrictions, and obviously Paul Dini being around and some of the other names that were there, probably reined in a lot of things and helped make that show what it was. My
only hope is there are still other good writers attached to this show that maybe have some influence. People like, you know, Brubaker's attached.
Yeah, I don't know, but he does like dark and grey stuff though. Maybe that'll appeal to him. All the weird shit that Tim might want to do. So I don't know. So the Bat Family movie, I don't like the director they've attached to it, and I'm not liking these comments about the new animated show. So, which is a shame because I wanted to look forward to both of these things, and now I'm in a place where I'm not looking forward to either of them really. I mean, they could turn it around. I could see a trailer for either, and maybe they'll, you know, I think that the director problem is definitely a bigger one because like that's more reliable to have a negative effect, I guess. Because poor direction is poor direction, and if I don't like his work, there's a good chance that I still won't like it, even if he's doing a Batman movie.
Yeah, there's some people saying, "Oh, it's fine," because even if you don't like his stuff, they're gonna just, you know, James Gunn's gonna basically be the Feige, and he'll, you know, ghost direct everything, like how, you know, how all the Marvel movies have a style, and I don't see that being the case with specifically with James Gunn. His whole like identity is, even after he became big, is kind of having his own vision and doing his shit, and like, you know, being kind of counterculture, so to speak. For him to then be like, no, you're all going to sound like me, would be a really out of character move for him.
Yeah, I don't see him being that controlling about the style and tone. I mean, maybe there's some like tone things that you have to sort of stick to because they're going to connect up later, but yeah. But other than that, I don't know if I see James Gunn enforcing that kind of thing. But no, I would have liked a better director. It's just not a name that excites me. I just think he's not very good. Like it's not even specific to superhero movies. I just don't think he's good in general.
One small hope is that The Flash is not making that much money, really. So maybe they'll decide, yeah, maybe we'll try something else after all.
Anywho, so that's the news. But so yeah, a lot of shit Batman news. I mean, the comic book's fine. Like the Black Label book may be great, but
oh yeah, but the Batman book isn't fine.
Oh yeah, the actual Batman ongoing right now is not good. Yes, I concur with that. But all this Bat movie and TV news, for me, honestly, like this entire thing, like ever since like the start of the whole Snyder period of movies, this is Zack Snyder, not Scott Snyder, just to be clear. I feel like it's just they've just pummeled away my enthusiasm for the movie projects. So until they give me something that convinces me this might not be shit, I just kind of have like an apathy towards the whole thing. The good news for James Gunn is that he does like nothing actually matters until one of his projects that was been announced comes out, because everything up until then it's like, well, it's not his fault because he just kind of came in and started developing for the next part. Although he did say this week that Blue Beetle is the first character of the new thing, although the first actual movie of the new thing is Superman Legacy, which is a bit weird. Basically, all he's really saying is that Blue Beetle is separate enough that if people like it and enjoy the character, they can happily include him in the future plans. Yeah,
I will say it gives me a little bit more faith in that movie, because he's thrown his weight. It's like, no, I'm backing that movie, whereas he very nobly did not say that about Flash.
I don't know, he said that, you know, he hired Andy Muschietti after he saw Flash, so he's kind of sticking up for it a bit.
Yeah, but that tells me he sees things he likes from a director that's working, but he's not saying, oh yeah, we want more of this Flash, we want more Ezra Miller, we want more of this Barry Allen. He's not saying any of those things.
Yeah,
I think that's a little bit different to me going, oh no, we support this, you know, this character, because that's like the in-universe, and we like what this is doing in this film.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, Blue Beetle, that's coming out.
Yeah, we'll see if I see it. maybe if I hear good things, I'll actually watch that one. But I don't think I'm ever going to watch Flash. Well, no, I take that back. I will watch it drunk one day just for a laugh.
I've got a feeling I'll end up watching it on stream with an audience, probably playing some movie bingo or something. It seems like primed for that.
Please don't make it a drinking game for me.